So I've heard, man. I've heard people, they've been in the comments. Y'all been like, yo, X, Y, and Z dude is trying to bet you some money that diesel deletes ain't going to happen. Look, let me just say this. I didn't mention Section 209 or Section 202. The EPA Administrator did on a podcast. And, while we're on the subject, he was also specifically asked, not by a YouTuber, but by a reporter. I could run the clip or I could just link to that video down below if you want to watch it. And the reporter specifically asked Lee Zeldin, so what does this do? Does this roll us back to 2008 standards? Does this roll us back to pre-DEF, to pre-DPF, to we had EGRs, I think, back then. That was it, right? And Lee Zeldin said, no, this eliminates everything. That is the exact words used. But I understand, it's the internet. People can say whatever. But outside of that conversation, we have the actual effing documents from the EPA redlined out about emissions equipment directly. I posted that in the video yesterday. But I get it. That's still probably not enough, right? I understand. Look, I understand the people that want to be pro smog and pro diesel emissions and pro swinging from the government's ballsack. That's just not me. I'd rather be optimistic and look at what the plain language of the shit that is posted on the site that you can look. It's not just me. Let me put it like this. There are diesel tuners and diesel shops that were fined hundreds of thousands of dollars for deleting trucks that are excited over this. Why? Well, because the same shit that the EPA and the government use to go after them is being deleted out of, pun intended, out of the regulations. Now, I'm in Michigan, and I'm sitting out here, and I said, you know what, man? And I saw that some people are emailing the EPA now and having phone calls with the EPA. Look, here's my thing. As a independent journalist in whatever state that I'm in, like, Michigan or Oklahoma or wherever I would take that call, I'm recording that shit anyway. That's just me. And even if I'm only using clips, I don't have to tell that person at the EPA that I'm recording the call, because you can bet your ass, you talking to them, that call is recorded if it's on a government line. I can tell you, as a government contractor, every time somebody calls into the base to get to my office, their phone call's being monitored or recorded. You can guarantee it. If a phone call goes through the switchboard and then comes to my cell phone, it's being monitored. That's how the government works. I thought we all knew that. Maybe not. Anyways, so we're here. So now we're just going to discuss this bullshit, and I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. Well, I'm going to be in Michigan. I'm actually supposed to be here for racing and linking up with friends and probably destroying my liver over the next few days. That said, I did reach out to the same person that I've talked to at the EPA 17 times now. And guess what? Evidently, they have a huge office in Detroit. And some of those same public information people that answer the emails that when you send in to DC to get answers, well, they're in Michigan. Huh, what a shock. I'm going to go sit down with those people. Or, I said, hey, why don't you come out? I'm going to be linking up with a bunch of people from the UAW, from Warren Assembly. Why don't you come out and have a beer? and let's talk about this emission stuff. And, anything cool happens or, in podcast form, I'll probably just record the audio, Project Veritas style. I'm kidding. And then, we'll post it. Because here's the thing. If I'm doing an interview or a call or something like that with somebody from the EPA, I'm going to record it and I'm going to post it. I don't know. Goes towards transparency. But that's just me. Like I said, you can deny all the documents that are posted on the EPA's website, which I posted yesterday in yesterday's video. You can also deny what the leader, the person that runs the EPA, has said publicly to actual reporters. I guess the EPA administrator must be exceptionally wrong. Lee Zeldin must just be doing the same thing that I'm doing. Myself and Lee Zeldin must be doing nothing but hyping up the masses. That's got to be what it is. We just want to hype people up because they say that all of this emissions equipment is going away. I didn't say that. The fucking administrator of the EPA said that. I didn't say that shit. And if you saw the video earlier, or this one will probably go first. I'll probably publish this first tomorrow before I publish the other interview with the administrator. He says it again when he's talking to CBS. So, like I said, you don't have to take my word for it. Don't. I'm just a hype guy that has a YouTube channel that's looking for views, according to what I hear from other people. But I guess all these other diesel shops that have been criminally charged and fined that are super excited about the language that's being struck out in the regulation, I guess we're all wrong. I guess we're all wrong. I guess that's what it is. And you know what? If that's the case, diesel deletes are not going anywhere. Lee Zeldin lied to the press. He lied to everybody. I must be full of shit. That must be what the situation is. Because I only can go by what the government actually puts out, what's actually in the friggin' bills when they pass them, read them, and I can give you my interpretation of it. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know how the state of California is going to interpret a law or a rule or a statute. We know that they're all fucking stupid over there. But that said, actual regulations that are very plain in text, by the way, talking about diesel emissions equipment, useful life, when it can be removed or changed or altered, and all of that has red lines through it, meaning it's going away. The EPA administrator answered a reporter and said, no, we're not rolling back anything. We're deleting. It's eliminated. It's all going away. We must all be full of shit. That's got to be what it is. The EPA administrator must be lying. I must be capping. That's what the kids say, right? We're capping. I'm sorry. Somebody sent me a link today and I literally just watched it and it just was like, whatever. Hey, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I think the shit's funny. I'm actually going to have a beer with somebody from the EPA. We're going to have a conversation. And then I guess that person from the EPA is probably going to be wrong too, right? That's going to be the next thing. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Look, don't take my word for it. Go do your research, man. Go look and see what Lee Zeldin said to reporters about diesel trucks. Don't take my word for it. Please don't. Because then you're going to be like, well, TK said. I didn't say shit. The EPA administrator said it. Go listen to him, all right? And then go over to the video I did yesterday and go to the link, which I pinned in the comment section, and go like 300 pages down in that where it's all struck out red. And you can read in very clear detail, they're going to let you delete emission systems on diesel vehicles. I don't care. I don't give a shit. I see what the EPA has posted. I've heard what the administrator has said. Look, believe who you want to believe. And I heard the thing about 1,000 roses or what the fuck 1,000 roses. Fucking, I'm gonna do it 1,000 vibrators. You got 1,000 chicks you're gonna give out 1,000 roses to? What the fuck are we doing 1,000 roses for? Why don't we do 10 bands? Just saying. I know. That's probably a dick move because I have a little bit of money and I'm in Vegas. But I think 10 bands. That's not a ton of money. Cause I'll tell you what's going to be funny. Because what happens when we do the interview with this guy from the EPA and he says, "Oh yeah, this shit is all going away." So I guess we have the EPA administrator saying it, and now somebody else from the EPA administrator, but we got somebody that did a phone call that just has a screenshot of a phone number. Damn, I can't believe that somebody's even considering this shit journalism. All right, thank you guys very much for watching. I truly appreciate it. I'm going to enjoy my weekend. I can tell you that right now. It starts tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're going to, oil up the liver. And then, the next day, I'm going to put my gear on. I'm going to put my helmet, my gloves, my fire suit, and we're going to get some work done out here. So stay tuned for that because I'm going to have some fun with that too. Not all BMW shit, though. And everybody thinks I'm going to be beating people's ass in the M5. That's not it. I am going to be roasting people in a Demon 170, too, so stay tuned. But, yeah, anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Put a hashtag and some eggplants in the comments, if you think we should, partake in some kind of appropriate fantasy YouTube bet game thing that doesn't violate federal law or cross state lines. I'm fucking dead. I swear. I just can't anymore, man. But I will tell you this before we go. Yeah, I might be on some Project Veritas shit. I'm going to be sitting at a bar with somebody from the EPA. And don't think I'm not going to ask about like other emissions. Like, since the EPA is like going to deregulate diesel, are we going to make sure that like farts and shit are never going to get regulated? Can we make sure that, oh man, I could go down this rabbit's hole right here that would probably get me deleted off YouTube. I'm going to leave this alone. But I'm just going to ask some uncomfortable questions. This is going to be fun. Anyways. Oh, and I probably won't publish this shit until after I do that. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll publish it early because I know it's not paying attention to the channel tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, stay petty, my friends.